Right, you join us. We're about halfway through our long run. Bryn's over here. And as this video might be the one that tips me over 1,000 subscribers, I thought I'd bring my little microphone out and make sure that sound quality is bang on, as that apparently is the most important thing. So this is just a quick run through really of 2 weeks of being a full-time athlete. A lot of people have called me retired or unemployed, or I've called myself unemployed, but I'm calling it full-time athlete. Obviously I'm not a professional, I'm an amateur striving to basically be the best I can be. So I've had 2 full weeks now of my 6-month career break, which I keep banging on about, and I thought I'd go through sort of the pros and cons really. As much as it's been fantastic, it's not necessarily all sunshines and rainbows, and some of that's because the weather's been pretty miserable. So let's start with training. Training's actually gone really well. I've basically done 50 hours of training in 2 weeks, which I think I have done before when I've done a 2-week camp, but I certainly have not done that when I've been at home. And leading into this, I was doing 17, 18, 19 hours for 3 weeks before. So over that 5-week block, that's quite a significant amount of training. And I'm certainly fitter, stronger, faster, and all the good stuff. Swim-wise has gone okay. It's the only one of the 3 disciplines I would say I've truly worked across sort of all zones. So there's been a lift in volume up to 17, 18K a week. We're covering an aerobic session. We've done some fast swimming, some VO2. We've done a strength session every week. So lots of work with the pull buoy and the paddles, etc. And then we've been doing a threshold session as well, which this week was 3K worth of threshold work. And we've sort of built up to that. So kind of hitting all the various zones. Biking, that's the one that the volume's probably lifted the most on. Obviously, I've been given the time now to do a midweek long ride as well as one at the weekend. And the key session each week has been a VO2 session, which has been building this week. This week was 3 3s, 3 2s, 3 1s. And it was probably one of my best ever VO2 sessions, if I'm honest, particularly as I am quite light at the moment. And the other key session has been an overgear session, which has been a sort of 2-hour ride on a Saturday, which I have this weekend did 3 by 15 minutes. I think last weekend was 4 by 12. So working around 45 to 50 minutes worth of overgear work. The run, pretty similar to the bike, where the volume's gone up a bit to sort of 5.5 hours, 65, 70k-ish of running. My speed session each week on a Tuesday has been increasing in the interval length, but the same sort of working sort of 18 to 20 minutes worth of hard work in a session. The other key session has just been hill reps, which have been building from 1 minute to 90 seconds to 2 minutes this week. And the rest has just been easy running really, out in the trails with my trail shoes on and leggings, which could be one of the last times this year. But yeah, going reasonably well, sort of feeling fit run-wise. Obviously haven't done sort of a lot of tempo work yet or race pace or anything like that, but I'm sure that's coming. We have started running off the bike a little bit, just aerobic on a Wednesday. That's gone from 30 minutes to 40 minutes this week, and I think next week it's 50 minutes. So training's gone well. What else has gone well? So some of the cons. The first is eating, and eating enough. More specifically, now I am in the process of doing a whole video on this, more for my own benefit. I've kind of documented and recorded everything this week. I've not changed anything necessarily that I would normally in a week, to try and show a true reflection and then have a look at where I actually need to amend either the volume or more of something, less of something, etc. But I am losing weight effectively. Now, it's not a bad thing. People can tell me it's a nice problem to have. Just going to sit down because it's exhausting walking. Another con is, or downside, has been pretty poor at organising my schedule. Not necessarily for training, but trying to fit everything else in. And I think I take for granted that having a job Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, almost creates your schedule for you, where you've got to get up and train, you go to work, you possibly have a lunchtime to do some training or do something, life admin, whatever. And then after work you train, you eat, you go to bed, and it's as simple as that really. It's only the weekends that you've got that flexibility, but you tend to do your longer sessions, so off you go. Coming home from swimming, and then obviously I can't train straight away, so having a couple of hours to chill out, etc. is the whole point. But it very quickly turns in 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours later, and you still haven't even started thinking about getting on the bike or something. So that time evaporates very quickly, and if you don't have a plan or an idea of what time you're going to do something, it shoots by, and all of a sudden you then get on the bike, and then the afternoon's there. Amy finishes work and she expects to hang out and watch TV or do whatever we want to do, and then you're like, that was a whole day gone, and I just did 2 training sessions. I used to do 2 training sessions, a whole day work and various other things. So that is a challenge. Yeah, it's a nice one to have, but you need to be somewhat organised, not in a boring schedule way, but you need to be, you need to have a plan before you go to bed, what time you're going to do certain stuff, because otherwise you things will drift. The other downside has been starting in February. January, fine, everyone trains in January, or you kind of start the new year, but February is a difficult month because it's cold, it's wet. We have not had great weather, although it looks lovely now. You can just see Bryn having a poo in the distance. Who else's training partner does that? He expects me to pick it up as well. Yeah, February is a bit of a weird month, and the light's not great. You can't go outside a lot, particularly in the afternoons. So that has been pretty challenging, and for that reason I've done most of my training indoors, particularly on the bike. Now I don't mind it. I tend to enjoy it. I can watch whatever I want on YouTube and etc. Keep on top of podcasts and all those things that you want to do. But yeah, that has been difficult. I cannot wait to go. I say to Calpe, but I think Roos mugged me off because it looks more like Benidorm. But to go away for 10 days, 9 days or so in a week or so, so the back end of February, and then I'm home for a little bit, and then we go away for a big trip. I think that's when things will really start feeling more exciting, or kind of hopefully all this training I've done pays off, and I am fit and feel good in the sunshine, etc. Right, I got my run done, so you now join me on the bike for the last session of the week, which is an easy spin. I should probably be outside. 3 hours on the plan. I'm an hour and 34 in, so it's looking promising, but I might call it a day at 2. And it's very hard to call it a day at 2 when you're out riding outside. So, something else that's, I wouldn't say it's not going well, but I am struggling with, is recovering, and in particular sort of sleeping, and I'm definitely tired. I'm physically tired, and I'm not tired of training. Like, I've been up for it and I've hit some really good numbers in the key sessions, but I'm definitely noticing levels of fatigue and tiredness that I've not had before, which is ultimately, I suppose, a good thing. I'm training somewhat harder than I have before. What do you expect? I'm sleeping okay. I did try this week to sleep in my own room, so we're fortunate to have a spare bedroom, and I did do 3 nights in my own room to see if it helped. It's really hard to quantify it. I know it took me way longer to get to sleep than it normally does, which is what I'd expect in a new place anyway. I did train really well in the 3 days that I did it, and I had hard sessions on the days, and yeah, I don't know whether that was because I slept better or not, I don't know, but I am struggling to get the sort of 8 hours. I've been so close. It's definitely creeping up towards 8. I'm spending 9 hours in bed, but actually I go off what my watch tells me, and it's sort of somewhere between 7.5 and 8 every day. I am trying to nap, but I've been struggling to fit those in terms of, post-swim nap, still not tired enough, it's the morning. Post-lunchtime session nap, normally got someone else to do. So, yeah, need to get better at that. One positive is I have fitted in a lot of other things. I gave a talk at Harpen and Cycles this week on Tuesday evening. Now, of course, I would have fitted that in if I was still working. It was at 6:30, but I didn't have to stress about do it, get home, bed, I've got to get up in the morning. I was able to do it, and then I did it on a Tuesday night, which was an error. Originally it was planned for Wednesday, but Wednesday I didn't actually have swimming, so I didn't have to get up at the crack of dawn, so that was nice. I've also fitted in going to see Tim George, which I haven't done my swim video about yet, on Thursday evening 10 days or so ago. I actually saw him at 8:30 in the evening, which is basically my bedtime, and I got home at like 10:30 in the night, which, yeah, it's late. I'd be stressing about it if I was working, but that was nice. So I am able to fit other things in that I potentially would have put off or made an excuse for, or yeah, not taken up the opportunity of if I was, in my normal routine. Right, take 2 of the clip at the end of the video. I'm having some sound issues. So the first one was when I recorded it in the shed yesterday. The battery had died, and therefore I was talking to myself. And I've just recorded it, and there was some weird noises going on. Anyhow, I was effectively wrapping up the video, thanking you for watching and getting to this point. I just wanted to reassure people that the plan for the next 4 days now, not 5 days, is to get a few key sessions done, but we are going to back off and rest and recover for 4 or 5 days, particularly before I go away for my first trip. As I am very tired, my plan is not to burn myself out, and I'm sure that's not Billy's plan either. So we're going to absorb some of the sessions and the magic that we've done over the last few weeks, and that starts from Friday/Saturday. So thanks for watching. I will get my food video and my next swim video done this week, all being well, and catch you on the other side. Cheers.